Yeah, good evening, Nikhila. Good evening, Dipali. Can you hear me? So, how are you? I'm also good. How are the studies going on? नॉर्मल पेस बढ़ाइए भैया, पेस बढ़ाइए थोड़ी सी. क्या है ना कि अभी जो हो जाएगी पढ़ाई ज्यादा अच्छे से वो हो जाएगी, बाद में इतना स्ट्रेस हो जाता है कि ढंग से पढ़ाई हो नहीं पाती. इसलिए अभी थोड़ी सी पेस ज्यादा रखने की जरूरत है हमें, है ना. Take a second. I'll just be uploading the PPT. Okay, in the meanwhile, in case anybody has got any doubts, yeah, any doubts, Dipali, Nikhila, any questions? आपने कहाँ तक पढ़ लिया है on working capital management or any other topic? No questions. Okay. Nikhila, I want you to appear for exam preparatory this weekend. I hope you're preparing well for it. Good. So in this week exam preparatory, I'll be taking up working capital management, and in that we'll be taking up inventory management and debtors management. Right? क्या हो रहा है आज? Okay. So in the last class I was discussing with you about inventory management, and in inventory management we discussed about four models in independent demand situations where we wanted to understand what how much should I place as an order. I hope you remember that. We had discussed about the basic economic order quantity model. Thereafter we had discussed about the production order quantity model. Then we had discussed about the back order quantity model, the just-in-time inventory, definitely yes. And then, the last model was still pending, which was the quantity discount model. So today I'll be starting with that only, the quantity discount model. हमने back order inventory model discuss किया था, हमने production order quantity model discuss किया था, right? Okay. So today we are going to start with quantity discount model. Can we start now? This is again a very interesting model. What happens is that many a times, when you go to the markets, you find that if you buy a particular thing in quantity, you're getting a discount. And these kinds of schemes are very much prevalent even in the retail market as well as they're prevalent in the wholesale market. So, one item is free on buying on the purchase of another item or something like that. So generally we get this kind of a quantity discount which is at a reduced price when we buy the product in larger quantities. Now let us assume that there is a situation in front of us where if you buy between 0 to 999 as a quantity units, if you buy between 0 to 999 units, you are not getting any discount and the price of the product is $5. But if you're buying between 1000 to 2000, 5000 to 1999, you are getting a 4% discount and therefore the price would be $4.80. And if you buy more than more than 2000 units, in that situation you're getting 5% discount that is, and the price would be $4.75. Okay. So now in this situation, supposing you want to understand as to which particular deal would you like to take. Now generally as a layman, what we would do as because the discount is highest in the third quantity, so we might be tempted to order 2000 or more units, isn't it? Because we're getting a maximum discount over there. But this might not be the one which will minimize your total cost. Good evening, Amrita. Welcome to the class. We're discussing about the quantity discount model, where the model talks about if I order things in bulk, I'm offered a particular discount. Now I just want to understand that whether buying the highest quantity would give me the best benefit or not, will rather minimize my total cost or not. See, because what will happen if my quantity goes up, many a times my holding cost increases. So I have to find out a trade-off between the reduced product price, that is a discount, and the increased holding cost. So how do I do this kind of a calculation? I have already discussed with you in the last class that there are two kinds of costs over here, the holding cost and the ordering cost. And we discussed that the ordering cost can be calculated by multiplying total demand multiplied by ordering cost divided by the economic order quantity. And the holding cost can be calculated by dividing the economic order quantity with 2 and multiplying it with the holding cost per unit. Along with that, because now we're talking about a quantity discount model, so in this situation we also need to find out the product price for a particular level of an order. Because if we are assuming that the product price is going to remain same in all situations, then we might not be considering this. But now that we are considering that the product price will reduce if I order for a higher quantity, so I need to find out the differential between the product price as well. So now, P is the price per unit. Now, in this particular case, we will assume that the holding cost is a percentage of price. Holding cost is a percentage of price per unit. Okay. So we will say that holding cost is equals to I is the percentage and P is the price. So I percent of price. So that can be denoted by I multiplied by P. Okay. So we are just here assuming that holding cost is a percentage of the price of the particular product. So what we have to do, how do we work on this quantity discount model? What we will do for each alternative, for each of the discount alternative, let us find out the economic order quantity. Let me find out the economic order quantity for a price at $5. Let me find out the economic order quantity at a price of 4.8 and then 4.6 I think was the price. So let us try to find out that. So we haven't been given in these kinds of questions. Holding cost is not given to you directly, but it is given to you as a percentage of price. Why? Because generally when the items are expensive, the holding cost is higher. So it is a percentage of the price of the particular item. So since the price of the item is a factor of its annual holding cost, we can no longer assume that the holding cost is constant when the price changes, and therefore we have to look at holding cost as a percentage of price. Now what we will do thereafter, we will find out that quantity which is like supposing it happens that when I look for an economic order quantity in different product price ranges, the quantity that I am getting is not available in the discount scheme. So in that situation, I will have to increase the quantity to the minimum level to find out the discount range. This will become more clearer as I discuss the example with you. And then we have to find out the total cost in the three alternatives and choose that alternative which gives me the lowest possible cost. Now let us go back to the example which we were discussing, that if I order between 0 to 999 units, my product price is $5 and my discount is 0%. But if I order between 1000 to 1999 units, in that situation I'm getting a 4% discount, and if I order more than 2000 units, I'm getting a 5% discount. Let us assume that the ordering cost per order is $49. Let us assume that the ordering cost per order is $49 and annual demand is 5000 units. And inventory holding cost or the carrying cost is 20% of the product price. carrying cost is 20% of the product price. My question is that how much should I order so that my inventory cost is minimized? So what do? We were told that the first step is that we should find out the economic order quantity for each of the discount range. Now we will find out the economic order quantity for $5, we will find it for $4.8 and for $4.75. Okay? Because my holding cost is a percentage, is 20% of the product price. So in that situation, my denominator is going to change in all the three situations, and therefore my economic order quantity is going to change from 700 units in the first case to 714 units and to 718 units in the third case. But my problem is that if I take the price of $4.8, then I have to minimum order how much? What is the minimum size of the order? If my price is 4.8, how much do I have to order as per the given situation to me? Do you remember? कितना order करना पड़ेगा आपको? No, 714 units अगर आप order करोगे, we have to check the carrying cost, right? That we are doing. That we are doing. That's what it is 20% of the product price. 714 यूनिट्स अगर आप ऑर्डर करते हो तो 4.8 में मिलता नहीं है ना. 4.8 लेने के लिए, गुड इवनिंग स्नेहा, 4.8 का रेट लेने के लिए आपको मिनिमम 1000 यूनिट्स ऑर्डर करने पड़ेंगे. यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? मिनिमम 1000 यूनिट्स अगर आप ऑर्डर करोगे तभी तो आपको 4.8 का प्राइस मिलेगा, और अगर आप मिनिमम 2000 यूनिट्स ऑर्डर करोगे तो आपको 4.75 का प्राइस मिलेगा, राइट? सो अब क्या करना पड़ेगा हमें कि Q2 को हमें 1000 लेना पड़ेगा और Q3 को हमें 2000 लेना पड़ेगा, right? Because we will have to increase the economic order quantity to that level where at least we can get that 4.8 and 4.75 price. Okay? So हमने क्या किया कि Q1 को we have kept it at 700 units, Q2 को we have increased from 714 units to 1000 units, and Q3, which is my third economic order quantity in the price range of $4.5, that I have increased to 2000 units. ठीक है? क्योंकि otherwise मुझे प्राइस ही नहीं मिलेगा. 4.75 सॉरी. सो यहाँ पर अब हमने तीनों alternatives ले लिए. Alternative number 1, 2 and 3. The unit price is $5, $4.8 and $4.75. I have to find out the quantity which I should order. So in the first case, we have found out the economic order quantity to be 700 units. So I will order 700 units in each of the orders. In the second case, to get $4.8 unit price, I will have to order 1000 units minimum. So I've taken that. In the third case, I have to take the price of $4.75. So for that, minimum order is 2000 units. So I've taken that. Now, what will be my product cost? If I order, because my requirement is 5000 units, so I multiply 5000 with $5, so my annual product cost would be $25,000 in the first case. In the second case, 5000 multiplied by 4.8, so my annual product cost would be $24,000. And in the third case, I will multiply 5000 with $4.75 because that is the price that I'm going to get. So my total cost would be $23,750. Along with the product cost, I have got the ordering cost as well. Now, how many orders do I have to place over here? 5000 divided by 700, right? 5000 divided by 700 multiplied by 49, because $49 is my ordering cost. So that gives me 350 rupees as the annual ordering cost. Okay. In the second case, I have to place 5 orders, right? Because 1000 units I'm getting in one order and 5000 units is my annual requirements. So I will place 5 orders multiplied by $4.8. So that gives me $245 as the ordering cost. And in the third case, I have to place 2.5 orders, because I will order 2000 units at a time. So 2.5 orders multiplied by 49 is equals to 122.5. So this is my annual ordering cost in 3 situations. Coming to the annual holding cost, this is 20% of the product price multiplied by the average quantity. Now my average quantity in the first case is going to be 350. In the second case it will be 500, and in the third case it is going to be 1000. 1500 or 350 multiplied by the product price and multiplied by 20% of that. So 5 multiplied by 20% is rupees 1 per unit, and my average inventory in the first case is 350, so my annual holding cost is coming as 350. In the second case it is 480, and in the third case it is 950. So as the quantity is increasing, you can see, as the economic order quantity is increasing, you can see that the holding cost is increasing and the ordering cost is decreasing. Now what I will do, I will add all the three costs. So in the first situation, my cost is coming as $25,700. In the second case, it is coming as $24,725. And in the third case, it is coming as $24,822. Now, because in the third situation, in the second situation, my cost is minimum. Even though the discount is not maximum in the second situation, but because my cost is minimum, I would like to choose this second situation rather than third situation. You're able to follow? Yeah? Right? So on the similar lines, there was a question in one of the examinations. Okay. Now we can take this further also. Now, in case we have got some power to negotiate, right? As of now, we are able to see that if we order 1000 units, we can minimize the total cost. Now, but in case, right now the product price is coming to you in the third alternative as $4.75, and your total cost is more, right? So you can negotiate with your supplier and you can tell him that if I am able to get it at $4.65, in that situation, I may place an order of 2000 units. You're getting my point? So you know that where you are getting the minimum cost. At $4.75, your cost is not getting minimized. But if this price is lower to $4.65, then this discount alternative might be the optimum solution. So this gives you a power to negotiate with your vendors as well. A reason to negotiate rather. So on similar lines, as I was saying, that we had a question in one of the examinations, I think last to last examination. It says a financial literacy house buys 72,000 reams of a special paper type per annum at a cost of rupees 90 per ream. So this is, they're buying reams at the rate of 90 rupees per ream, and they're buying 72,000 reams. Ordering cost per order is 500 rupees and the carrying cost is 5% per year of the inventory cost. 5% per year of the inventory cost. Normal lead time is 20 days and safety stock is nil. Okay. Assume 300 working days in a year. You are required to calculate the economic order quantity. That you can do. You can just give me the economic order quantity. It's a simple question that I've asked you. Work out on the economic order quantity here. I'm also doing simultaneously. Let us see who does it faster. Yeah, let me see the solution. Let me see your answer. It is 4,000. She's saying 4,000 units should be the economic order quantity. I think you should be very close. Why should it be wrong? Yeah, it is 4,000 rims. 2 multiplied by 72,000 multiplied by 500 divided by 5% of rupees 90. So it is 4,000 rims. Very well done, Nikhila. Now, if you have to find out the reorder inventory level, can you do that? Normal lead time is 20 days. So you can find out the reorder inventory level. First find out the daily requirement and then find out the reorder level. There are 300 working days in a year. Remember that. Faster. Arey, Nikhila, it's very simple. There is no formula here. Just put your logical bent of mind. आपको ये बताया गया है कि एक साल में 300 दिन है और आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट है 72,000 रिम्स की, तो एक दिन की रिक्वायरमेंट कितनी होगी? हाँ जी, एक दिन की 240 होगी. अब 20 दिन लगते हैं माल को आने में, तो 20 दिन का स्टॉक अपने पास होगा तब तो ऑर्डर प्लेस करोगे. सो 240 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 20, 20 दिन का माल रख के चलोगे ना. तो देयर इज नो फॉर्मूला एज सच, इसमें तो सिर्फ लॉजिक लगाना है. ठीक है. सो दैट मेक्स इट 4800 यूनिट्स. सो जब आपके पास 4800 यूनिट्स होंगी तब आप 4000 यूनिट्स के लिए ऑर्डर प्लेस कर दोगे, बिकॉज दैट इज योर इकोनॉमिक ऑर्डर क्वांटिटी. फाइन विद अस? ठीक है. ओके. हाउ अबाउट अदर्स? दे आर नॉट पार्टिसिपेटिंग. Now we are going to the third part of the question, which you've learned a few minutes ago. It says that if 1% quantity discount is offered by the supplier for purchases in lots of 18,000 rims or more, should the buyer accept the proposal? You have been told कि अगर आप 18,000 units से ज़्यादा purchase करते हो, तो in that situation your price would be 1% lower. Okay? So would you be accepting this offer? That is the question. Okay, so same ways as we have done in the previous question, we would be solving it. At present, my economic order quantity is 4,000 rims, and after in 1% quantity discount offer, my size of the order would become 18,000 rims because I'm getting 1% discount there. Number of orders which I have to place right now are 18 orders, right? And in this situation, when we have 18,000 rims, because 72,000 is my annual requirement, I will have to place order just 4 times in a year. What is my average inventory? In the first case, it is 2,000 rims. In the second case, it is 9,000 rims because it is Q divided by 2. Now, let me find out the total cost to compare which particular option is better. Ordering cost is 5,000 per order. If I have to place 18 orders, in that situation, in normals, in the economic order quantity situation, my ordering cost would become 9,000 rupees because 500 multiplied by 18 is equals to 9,000. In the 1% discount offer, I will have to place only 4 orders and 500 rupees per order. That makes it 2,000 rupees. Then we come to the holding cost. Now, inventory carrying cost has been given to me as it was given to me as what? 5% of the price, right? It was given to me as 5% of the price. Yeah. So in the second situation, the price will be discounted by 1%. Okay. So in the first situation, my holding cost would be 2,000 multiplied by 4.5. 2,000 because this is my economic order, this is my average inventory, multiplied by 5% of 90, that is 4.5. So that makes it 2,000 multiplied by 4.5 is equals to 9,000. Fine. But in the second case, because I'm getting 1% discount, so after this my average inventory is 9,000 rims, but my holding cost would become 4.455 because I'm getting a 1% discount, right? So I'm getting a discount of 0.045. Fine with us? Okay. So this makes it 40,095 rupees. This makes my holding cost to be 40,095